Greetings and blessings to all of you who are listening, who are feeling this profound time of change and transformation that we're all going through right now. I want to talk today about the profound conjunction of Jupiter and Pluto that we are about to move into. I've talked in a previous video about the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto that started almost a year ago in February of 2019. That powerful conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn was a call for all of us to look at the structures, patterns, systems of our lives individually and collectively. That conjunction was asking us, and continues to ask us, to look at what is out of balance in our lives, what is out of balance in our world, at all levels, in terms of our economic systems, political systems, how we relate to each other, how we relate to the earth. Saturn and Pluto were saying, wake up, break down systems and structures that are destructive or corrupt or harmful to you, to other people, to the planet. So it's been a time of turmoil, a time of deconstruction. And as we work with those energies, they're supporting us in releasing what we need to release, and in realizing that some of these structures that we've relied on for some sense of security need to die and be reformed. The shadow side of that Saturn-Pluto conjunction is that it can lead some to cling more rigidly to the paradigms and forms and structures of the past. We attach our identity often and sense of security to those systems that we've built or that have been there, that we've relied on. So we're seeing that backlash between the process of those systems failing or going through turmoil or being called into a time of change, and those who are clinging even more fervently to those systems and structures for their sense of power, often greed, an illusion of security. The tragic thing is to hold on to those paradigms that are out of balance and destructive is a path to increasing turmoil on our planet and increasing destruction of our home and of each other. So for months now, we've been in that turmoil of being called to let those old forms die. Beginning next month, December 2019, Jupiter is moving into Capricorn. Jupiter is that planet that is about opening to new possibilities, to envision new ways of being. Jupiter is one of our gaseous planets. It is so large, if it was even larger in size, we would have a second star in our solar system. It teaches us how to expand, open to new possibilities, envision new ways of being, and it supports us in that process. So as we're letting go of the old forms, Jupiter is coming into play and saying, now imagine new paradigms, new ways of being. Open to those new possibilities. As it's moving into play and supporting us and guiding us to cross that threshold and to be stepping into new ways of thinking and feeling and being, we come in January 12th, 2020, to the exact conjunction of Saturn and Pluto. I think of that moment of the exact conjunction, which is in the middle of that Saturn-Pluto conjunction, because it begins in the beginning of 2019, and the Saturn-Pluto conjunction will end December 2020. So January 12th, 2020, Saturn and Pluto are exactly conjunct. It is a decision point. Where do you stand in your own process of looking at your own life and releasing those patterns that no longer serve you? Where do you stand in terms of your beliefs, Jupiter, about the larger process we're all in? Are you able to open to a new vision? As Jupiter moves into Capricorn, December 3rd, 2019, that month we have the first of a number of stelliums in Capricorn between December 2019 and March 2020. A stellium is when 4 or more planets come together in one sign within 20 degrees of each other. It's a powerful consolidation of energy in that particular sign. So we're really feeling that emphasis on the energy of Capricorn, December 2019 through March 2020. In December, Venus and the asteroid Ceres move into Capricorn. In January, we have Mercury and the Sun in Capricorn, along with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. Then later in the month of January, the Moon comes into play. And then in February, through March, Mars comes in to Capricorn. So then we have Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, all in Capricorn. It's remarkable that when Saturn is exactly conjunct Pluto, the Sun and Ceres will be within 2 degrees of Saturn and Pluto. What does this mean? First of all, it is calling our attention to the energy of Capricorn, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But secondly, Ceres is that asteroid that is about our relationship with Mother Earth. Ceres is symbolic of Mother Earth and all the ways that she nurtures us and cares for us and manifests that in the beauty around us in tangible ways. So to have this intense energy coming into play in January around our making a decision about what are these forms we're moving into. The Sun is beaming its energy on that stellium and targeting Ceres, saying, pay attention to the Earth, to your relationship with her. Again, entering into that combination in Capricorn, we first have the planet Venus, then Mercury, then Mars. It's saying, what are these new forms that you're forging? How are they coming into relationship with those around you and your relationship with the Earth? How is it informing your thoughts, Mercury, and how you speak your truth? Then, how is it taking shape in your actions, Mars? So this is a cauldron for transformation and reconfiguring who we are, how we are, what systems and structures we put our energy into in our own lives and collectively. This is a decision time. Can we have faith, Jupiter, to envision new ways of being? Or will we cling and constrict ourselves and lock in to needing that power and an illusion of security of the ways of the past. These planetary energies are calling us to make that choice. Let's think about this consolidation of energy in Capricorn. We often think of Capricorn, that earth sign, as associated with the mountain goat. It often gets associated with that sense of setting goals and, like the mountain goat, accomplishing that or working towards those goals one step at a time, like the mountain goat climbs the mountain until it reaches the top. So Capricorn is associated with people that are successful, that are practical, able to set goals, follow through to manifest what it is they want in their lives. You might think of that as Capricorn when it's coming from the place of ego, how I'm setting my goals and manifesting what I desire in the world. But if you take Capricorn to its more ancient meaning, connected more to a spiritual level of consciousness, Capricorn is the constellation, that hybrid of the goat fish, coming from an ancient Sumerian myth, meaning the ones who come from source, who come from the sea, who change their form in order to move on the land and share their wisdom to be of service to the people, and then they change back into a form to return to the sea, to source. So it's a story about those wise ones who come to manifest what is of service to the people, to teach them how to grow crops, to teach them how to set up systems of society that are in the service of all. Capricorn is trying to guide us to form new ways of being with each other in this world that are in service to each other, that are about collaboration, connection, community, not about power or greed or my desire to assert my goals and needs at the expense of others. So this is a profound time as Jupiter comes into play, encouraging us to have faith in new forms and new visions. Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto will be in a dance together through March, and then Saturn will move into Aquarius at the end of March through July 2020. And then Saturn comes back into Capricorn, and July through December 2020, we're again in that dance of Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. So think about this period of time from December until March 2020 as the cauldron for transformation and envisioning new ways of being. And then we're in a dance with Jupiter and Pluto for those next few months, helping us to have faith and continue to expand our vision and our imagination and openness to new forms. And then Saturn comes back into play July 2020 through December 2020, saying, okay, this is how to manifest those new visions. I'll support you in putting them into tangible form. This is an incredible opportunity for beginning to form the paradigms of our new age that are more about being in right relationship with each other, with the earth, with how we use our resources in service for all. Or if we resist the energies and the wisdom of these planets, we will be caught in increasing turmoil and power struggles and seeing polarization with people getting caught in rigid beliefs and determination to cling to their forms and structures from the past that give them a sense of security. As we see that turmoil, let us hold it with compassion, because this is an intense time of transformation. But let us open to the energy of Jupiter to guide us, to expand, to hold everything with faith and hope and compassion, and together dream a new world into being. Blessed.